Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joy at Work. It's September 25th, 2020. And if you couldn't tell, I was already giggling when I started this talk because I'm so excited about the short and few words I have this morning. I was reminded yesterday on social media, right? Social media where all arguments go to die about why I started this channel, whenever I started this channel. That I follow and that I have a good, I think, online relationship with, and who said things that have influenced me on my journey, suggested that joy at work is the apex of hubris. Wow, right? And when I followed up and tried to learn a little bit more, or maybe suggest that I experience joy at work. This person said to me, it was, what is it now? Rainbows and windmills, if I'm not mistaken. So it was all made up. And yeah, I thought to myself, wow, how did we get to this place? Now, eventually, I had this person, I think, soften their tone when I shared a quote from Dr. Deming that said, it is management's responsibility to create an environment where people, and I'm paraphrasing now, can find joy in their work. And this individual is a fan of Dr. Deming, and so after seeing the Deming quote, they revised their position or maybe softened their stance. But some of the things this person said to me included the fact that I do not continuously experience joy at work. Like, no one continuously experiences anything. Well, I got to take that back. Maybe people do. And in some situations, if you continuously experience one emotion or the other, there might be something physiologically that needs to be dealt with. But a healthy person goes through a wave of emotions, but there's generally an underlying state that we find ourselves in. If you're continuously depressed or sad, then you need help, right? So it's very rare that we're just there. It's kind of my take on it. So this notion of joy meaning that I'm giddy 100% of the time is flat out wrong, right? But overall, am I content? Do I find meaning? Do I find fulfillment? Am I satisfied? Do I look forward to what I'm going to do and who I'm going to interact with? It does not mean that it's not difficult. I've said this on this particular channel, and I've used my favorite sport, football, as an example. I get joy from playing that game, even the tough, hard games when I was in high school and college. There were joy, especially when you won, no doubt. Then there's happiness and other things. But even just being able to play the game, despite how difficult or challenging it was at times, still gave me joy, still gives me joy till this day. So we can find joy in work, at work, in work, if we choose to, though, right? So uh, leaders and people who make big decisions, they have the opportunity to create such an environment, or maybe less about creating that environment because I think it has to be co-created with everybody. But there are things that leaders get to do that can kind of set up the organization to be a place where joy can emanate. But at the same time, you and I showing up to work also need to decide, hey, we want to experience joy here. And this is what this channel has been about. It's not been about what leaders do to co-create joy, but it's what I can do when I go to work every day to find joy at work, or um, what I need to look at and look out for, and determine if joy at work matters to me, because it doesn't matter to everybody and it doesn't have to. This is something where you get to choose what you want out of your work experience. But if it matters to you, then you can make conscious decisions about whether you want to change where you work, or go somewhere else, or change how you work so you can find joy at work. And joy at work is not just the windmills and rainbows, right? There's a lot of research going on in this particular area right now where joy at work has become a subject under study. And in different companies, people are testing it out and trying to see how engagement, meaning, and fulfillment, and having work that people can connect to, and doing something that's larger than themselves, and working with people who challenge them, how all these things contribute to the work experience. So, joy at work is ultimately something you have to decide whether you want, and then when you want it, you got to say, what do I need to bring to the table to experience it? Clearly, you cannot just create it by yourself. You have to co-create it with those you work with, leaders, and other things like that. But you have to be an active participant in it. And so I don't think it's all hype. I don't think it's the apex of hubris. I think people like Demi, and I think folks like Mary Parker Follett, I think all of these folks who are looking for a way to bring humanity back into the workplace were all about creating an experience that people can thrive in and feel joy. So I just had to go back to the reason why this channel was created. Yes, I've had people come up to me and say it's nonsense, joy at work. I just want to take care of my social responsibilities, and that's fine. That's completely your prerogative, but I offer an alternative. I think it is possible because I've experienced it. I know people who I experienced it and continue to experience it. I know people who experience it as well. And if it's something you want to experience, then maybe watch another video too on this channel and you'll find something that'll help you. All right. Thanks for listening in. I'll see you next time. Try to at least experience joy at work. Bye.